Good morning. So last class we did what are files, what are data files, types of files, that is text file as well as binary files. What is the difference between the two? And then what is reading? What are the operations which can be performed like reading, writing, and the ways of opening a file using constructor and using open function and the syntax of it. And we did programs how to write to a file, how to declare that. We also did how OF stream is for writing and IF is for reading from a file, and F stream you can do both reading and writing. Today's class will start with opening a file to read. That is, reading is nothing but taking input, like reading from a file to the program. The standard input would be from the keyboard, wherein the user enters and you read it from the keyboard. That's the standard input device. So now we will see how we can read from a file to the program. There are two methods. The method one is using the constructor, and since reading is belongs to the class, like associated with the class IF stream, you need to create an object of IF stream and then pass the file to it. The name of the file you need to read from, you want to read from. And here when you are reading from a file, the file needs to exist. Like without the file you cannot read. So you need to have the file to read from it. So IF stream is the stream class for reading, and then stream object, you need to create an object of that, and then you need to pass the file name as an argument. This one is using the constructor. The example is like example.txt. You want to read from the file example.txt. Then I will create an object. See, I can name my object as anything, out file, in file, it doesn't matter. But then IF stream, yeah, that class matters. IF stream, out file, example.txt, wherein this is the class, this is the object, and this is the file opened for reading. Okay, you're opening this file to read. The method 2 is using the output function, open function. The method 2 is to use the open function. How do I do that? The first one is to create the object of the class. What is the syntax of creating it? The class name space the object name. So the class name is IF stream space the object name. For example, the object is in file, then in file object dot the open function, that is in file dot open, and it takes two arguments. First one is the name of the file which you want to open, and second one is the mode, that is IO is in is reading, IO is out is writing. But then if I open a file with an IF stream object, it is implicitly implied that it will open for reading only. So if I don't specify this also, it will open it in a reading mode only. In file dot open example.txt. So I am opening a file example.txt to read from it to the program. Please have a look. Now, yesterday we had done two programs, that is, we wrote a message to a file called example.txt, and then we created a student.txt file where we wrote the registration number and name of the students. It was not for one student, like till the user wanted to, we had put it in a while loop and we had written those records, and we had saved it as student.txt, and the first one was example.txt, wherein I had written a message. So I had asked the user to enter a message from the keyboard. I had read it, and then I had stored it in a file or written to a file called example.txt. So today we'll open that file and we'll read the data from that and print it on the screen. So since we have created the example.txt yesterday and we had stored a message in that, so it would be there today, and we had closed the file also. So today what we'll do is we'll open the file in the read mode and we'll read it from the file and write the message on the monitor. Fine, this is the thing we are going to do. Please make a note of the program statement, that is, write a C++ program to open a file example.txt and read from it and print the contents on the screen. So I need to take in the input from there and then print it on the screen, that is, read from the file example.txt and I need to print it on the screen. Please make a note of the program statement. Now we'll start with the program. How do I begin with? With my hash include statements. Hash include iostream.h, hash include conio.h, and since I am reading from a file, I'll be including the header file fstream.h. So hash include fstream.h. After this, I will be writing my function. So void file read, because I am reading from a file, let me name it as file read. So char ch, okay, let me have a character variable ch, where ch takes a single character. So I have not written any size here, so it is not a string, it's not an array or a string. Basically both the same. The character array is nothing but a string. Since I have declared as char ch, it means that it will read a single character. It will store a single character. After that, I need to create an object for ifstream class, because I am going to open a file to read. So for reading, that is ifstream. So ifstream. So let me say in file is the name of the object. Okay. Then after that, what will I do? Yesterday we had created a file called example.txt and we had stored the user's message in that. So today we are going to open that file in the read mode. We are going to read character by character from the file till the end of file is encountered, and you are going to print it on the screen. So the output would be the message entered by the user saved in the file example.txt. So how do I do that? I'll start with open. First I need to open the file, then only I can read from it. So I'll be using open function for that. Dot open example.txt. So I am opening the file example.txt. Now I need to read the file till the end of file is encountered. So what is end of file? It's a special function provided by C++ that returns a non-zero, means true value, when there are no more characters to read, or when the end of file is encountered, it returns a true value, otherwise it returns a false value. It's like, yeah, when end of file, you're checking for end of file, so when the end of file is encountered, it returns a true value, otherwise it will, if still there are more characters left in the file, it will give you a false value, and it is a special function provided by C++. So I'm going to check for the end of file. Until the end of file is not true, it will not be true when there are characters left to read, that is, still there is some data to read in the file. It becomes true when there is nothing left, or you would have encountered or reached the end of the file. So let me put it in a while. I'll say not equal to file object dot end of file. So this is how EOF, and it's a function, so I use open and close brackets. It's a special function which returns a true value or non-zero value when the end of file is encountered, and returns a false when, or zero, returns a false or zero when there are still more characters left in the file. After that, I need to get the data from the file. So I'll say in file dot get ch. Get will get a character by character. So if I want to get it from the keyboard, what do? Cin dot get ch will read from the keyboard. Same way I'm reading from a file. So the file object dot get ch will read character by character from the file, and I'll say cout ch will print it on the screen. So file object dot get ch will get the character from the file, like it will read the file character by character, and then I'm going to print it on the screen, and it will exit only when the end of file becomes true. That is, when it encounters, or when you go to the end of file, it becomes true, it will stop. Till that time, still there are more characters left in the file to read, this would be false. So it will go on reading it. Once it becomes to equal to end of file, it will stop and exit the loop. In the meantime, what I am doing, I am reading a character by character from the file and printing it on the screen. So once it is done, I need to close the file, right? So I'll say in file dot close, and that is the end of my in file function. So I created a file read function wherein I created, since I am reading, I created an object for ifstream class, and then using the object, with the help of open function, I opened a file example.txt for reading. And this example.txt, yesterday we had created this file and we had stored a message from the user, and I'll read the file until the end of file is encountered. So once while this one becomes in file dot eof is true, that is, when it will become true only when the end of file is encountered. So what is eof? It is a special function provided by C++ that returns a non-zero, that is true value, when there are no more characters left or no more data left. That is, when the end of file, when you have reached the end of file, that becomes true, otherwise it will be false. If it is false, means there is still more data left in the file to read, and then I am using the file object dot get function, and which reads character by character. So that is why I am taking in the character by character into ch, and I am then printing ch. Once the end of file is encountered, it exits, the control goes out of the while loop, and by that time we would have written all the data which is present in the file example.txt. After that, I will close the file. How do I do that? File object dot close. Please make a note of this. Then I will write my main also here only. Void main, I will say clear screen. After that, I need to call the function to execute it. So I'll say file read. This is the function call. And this is the end of my program. So this is how you open a file to read and print the data on the screen. Please make a note. Finished with the first program. Now we'll start with the second program. The second program, there's one change here. You need to continue the yesterday's program. In the yesterday's program, in function, I had created a function. In that, I had taken in the details of the student from the keyboard and I had written it to the file student.txt. And what was the details I had taken? I had taken the student registration number and student name. And I had also given choice to the user that any number he wants to, any number of students data he can enter. So that was why I had used a while loop, wherein the choice, do you want to continue or do you want to enter one more data, was, if it is yes, then the loop would be run again, otherwise the loop would be, it will exit the loop. And then I had created an object of OFStream class, and with the help of which I had opened the file to a write. And once the user says no, that I don't want to enter any more data, I had closed the file with OFStream object. Fine. Please continue this code, what we are going to write after that, that is outfile.close. I think the outfile was the name of the object which I had created yesterday for OFStream in the student, for taking in the student details. So you can, after the statement outfile.close, that I have closed the file, I opened the file, I wrote to the file any number of data whatever the user wants, and once the user says no, like he doesn't want to enter anymore, then I go out of the while loop and I close the file. Fine, the file is closed. Today we will open the same file in a read mode and read it from there. And I had declared registration number, name, the variable declarations are done. And this is not a independent program, it's a part of the yesterday's program only. Like after that, continue the code what I am writing now in the same function. So function call is also there in main. You don't have to worry about anything, only write this code as a continuation of the yesterday's code. So now I had closed the file. Now to open the file in the read mode, I need to first create the object of IFStream class. So in file, so let me enter, let the name of the object be in file. After I created in file dot open student .txt iOS in. So this iOS in is optional because whenever you create an object of IFStream class and open a file with that, that is, if you are opening a file with an object of the IFStream class, automatically it will open in the in mode. The same way for OFStream, it opens in the out mode. But then if you are using an object of the fstream class and trying to open, you need to explicitly specify whether you want to open it in the in mode or the out mode, that is read mode or the write mode, because fstream class you can with the help of the object of the xstream class you can read as well as write to a file. So in file dot open, the name of the file is student.txt, because I had closed the file with the ifstream object. The same file I am opening with the ifstream object and iOS in. This is optional, scope resolution operator in. After that, what I'll do is in file, let me read the first data, that is regno, and then in file name. So these were the two variables I had declared and I had taken those values from the user, correct? Now I will read the file till the end of file is encountered. So what is EOF? EOF is nothing but a special function which returns a non-zero value, that is a true value when end of file is encountered, otherwise it returns a false value. So until when you get the end of file, when you reach the end of file, it gives a true value. So let me say while not equal to in file dot EOF, it is not equal to EOF cout registration number, name, then I say name and del. Before that, let me say cout student details. So here while not equal to infile.eof, so EOF until the end of file is not encountered, it will become not end of file will become equal to end of file when end of file is encountered. Till not end of file, this registration number would be printed as it is and regno would be the record which is entered by the user into the file. Same way, name would be printed as it is and name would be the data which is stored in the variable name. After that, I need to read the next one, right? So I will say in file regno, in file name, in file name. So I am going to read the name and the registration number. I am reading it and then it will check whether it is end of file or not. If end of file is not encountered, it will come here and it will print me, and then again it will retrieve the next record. The same thing will happen until the end of file is encountered, and after that, after the while loop, what am I going to do? In file dot close, because I open the file in the read as well as the write mode. In the write mode, last class we did the same thing. You please continue after the last class program, that is ifstream class is for reading, in file is the name of the object, and with the open function I am opening the file student.txt. After that, what am I doing? I am just printing student details. Okay, and what is this to? Here I have taken here regno, this will be printed here, and name here will be printed. regno and name in double quotes would be printed as it is. Once I print this, then I again take in the next value. Like this I go on doing until the end of file is encountered. Once the end of file is encountered, it will come out of the while, and then I will say in file dot close, which will close the program. file. After that, anyway, in main I have called the function. So this part you please include after closing the file using the OFStream object. You understood this program. Next, we'll move on to file opening modes, which is a repeated question in the question paper. Like, it is repeatedly asked, so make sure please mark it and learn it. What are the different modes? In mode iOS in and iOS out, we have used it, so you must be familiar with that. iOS in is nothing but opening a file for reading operations, which is a default for which class? iStream. And iOS out is for writing operations, again a default for the output stream, right? And then we have iOS append. So what do you mean by append? Append data at the end of the output file. So suppose if the file is already there and you want to write something to it, so it will append, it will start writing the data from the end of the file, so that the data what is already there will be present, and after that you start writing the data, a new data, whatever you want to write. That is append data at the end of the out file. Then iOS ATE. So ATE is nothing but at end. Set the position at the end of the file. That is at end is nothing but ATE. That is set the initial position at the end of the file. So suppose if I don't set this, or I don't set any value, the initial position is the beginning of the file. But if I want to set the initial position at the end of the file, I have to use iOS ATE. The next is iOS binary. Open the file in a binary mode. Otherwise, by default, all the files are opened in a text mode. By default, it is opened in a text mode. So if you want to open a file in a binary mode, you need to specify iOS binary. The next one is the iOS trunk. If the file opened for writing already exists before its previous content is deleted and replaced by a new one. That is, if you don't want to retain the previous content in the file, then you can use this mode. So whatever data is present, it would be deleted and it will start writing. Okay, please have a look. It's a very important question. The next is FStream class. So when I say FStream, by creating an object of the FStream class, I can open the file in a read mode as well as a write mode. That is, the same object can be used to open the file in the read mode as well as the write mode. That is, you can, using the object, you can read from a file as well as write to a file. Stream class to both read and write to and from and to a file. So I can have an FStream object instead of creating two objects, separate objects. That is, one is OFStream for writing, IFStream object is for reading. Then instead of that, I can create one FStream object which I can use for both reading as well as writing. But then here you need to explicitly specify what mode you are opening the file, whether it is iOS in or iOS out. Otherwise, since it can be used for both read and write, it will give you error. Getting it? Please make a note, and we need to do this program. Before that, let me do the get input. Once we finish get input, we can come back and do. I'll write the program. So function put and get for files. Put is to write, get is to read. The file stream classes OF stream, IF stream, F stream support number of member functions for performing the input and the output operations of a file. Yes, it supports, like our OF stream is for output, IF stream is for input, and F stream is for both input and output, that is read and write. Support a number of member functions for performing the input and output operations of a file. The important functions are put and get. We have used get, but then let me explain this first so that we can go back and write the program. Put and get are the important functions. So start with the put. Put is a member function of the OS stream, O stream class, output stream class, which is used to write a single character at a time on an associated stream. That is, it reads character by character and it writes on the, whether you make it write to a file or the monitor, it will write, but then it will write character by character, and it is of function of the O stream class. The general syntax is O stream object name dot put. So think we have used cout dot put, ch. Have you used it any time? We would have done this in the 11th grade. We have done cin dot get, cout dot put. We would have done that if you can remember that. And then the get function. Get is a member function of iStream class, which reads a character by character. Single character at a time is read using the get function. So get, cin dot get, I have used, right, ch, where ch I declared it as a character, character by character I get it. Then cout ch also I have done, or cout dot put ch also I can do. So iStream object name dot get char ch, that is single character. Yes, it reads character by character, it writes character by character. Put and get. Put belongs to O stream class, get belongs to I stream class. Please have a look. Now we'll go back to the program. Write a C++ program to read characters from a file and convert all the lowercase alphabets to uppercase and vice versa. What I need to do here? Here you need to first create a text file, ask the user to enter a message or whatever data the user wants to enter, write it to a file and then close that file. Open the file in read mode, retrieve character by character and check whether the character is in uppercase or lowercase. If the character is in uppercase, you need to convert it into lowercase, and if it is in lowercase, you need to convert it into uppercase and you need to print it. Getting it? Like it is something like this is there, then you need to print, the output should be like this. That is, the uppercase should go back to lowercase and the lowercase to uppercase. So I need to retrieve character by character, check whether it is in uppercase or lowercase, and then I need to convert it into the another case. Like before that, first I need to create a text file which has data, then close it, open the same file in the read mode, and then write it, retrieve character by character, check whether it is in uppercase or lowercase, convert it into the other case. Like if it is in lowercase, convert it into uppercase, and if it is in uppercase, convert it into the lowercase and print it on the screen. I am going to print it on the screen. So this is the program. Since I am going to read and write, first I am going to write and then I am going to read, I need to create an object for fstream class. So I will create an object for xstream class. First after that I will open with the object, I will open a file in the write mode. I will ask the user to enter data, store it in that, close it, and again using the same object I will open I have already created file in the read mode, retrieve character by character, check the case, convert it into the opposite case, print it on the screen and close the file. This is what I need to do. Hopefully you have understood the statement of the program. Please make a note, then we'll start with the program. Hopefully you have understood the statement. We'll continue with the program. So how do I start my program? With my hash include statements. Hash include After that, I am using, like I am going to read and write to a file. So I need to include fstream.h header file. So after that, let me start my function. So what I am going to do first, I am going to create a file, ask the user to enter a message in a combination case. Okay, I'll ask the user to enter. The user would enter the message using the keyboard. That data I will read from the keyboard character by character and I will store it in the file. Then I will close that file. Okay, then I will open the same file with read mode, retrieve character by character, check whether it is in uppercase or lowercase. If it is in uppercase, I am going to convert it into lowercase and write the character. Fine. So for that I will be using character functions is upper, is lower, to upper, to lower. For that reason, I need to include ctype.h header file. So hash include ctype.h header file, because I will be using to upper, to lower, is upper, is lower. So is upper and is lower will give a true or a false value if the past character is in uppercase or the lower case, and to upper, to lower will convert it into the uppercase or the lower case. So I will be using that, since my program is to convert the characters into the opposite case and print it on the screen. For that reason, I need to include the header file ctype.h. So header files would be iostream, conio, fstream.h and C type dot H. So after that, void upper lower. Let me name it as upper and lower only, because I am going to change the case in this program. Char CH. Okay. Then FOBJ. Like, let me first create a object for the file, for the class fstream. So fstream and FOBJ. Let FOBJ be the object of the class fstream. Fine. Fstream, FOBJ is the object. After that, FOBJ, I am going to open first I'll open a file to write, because I need to have a file, then only I will retrieve, right? So FOBJ dot open. Let me name the file as convert.txt and iOS out. This is compulsory. If you don't give iOS out or iOS in, whatever the file mode is compulsory, because the FOBJ object can be used for both reading as well as writing. Because if it is ifstream, even if I don't give, it is always in the in mode, and OFstream is in the out mode. Since I am using the object of fstream, I need to specify. So here I am going to open a file convert.txt. If the file is already there, it will open. If the file is not there, it will open. It will create a file by that name and it will open in the write mode. That is why iOS out. Hopefully you have clear till now. After that, what should I do? I should ask the user to enter data from the keyboard to write to a file. Okay. From the write to a file. So I am asking the user to enter data from the keyboard to write to a file. Please make a note of this. What did I do? I have hash include iostream.h conivo fstream and ctype.h header file. After that, I declared function that it does not return any value. I am not going to pass any arguments to it. The name of the function is upper lower. Okay. So after that, char ch is a character variable which takes in single character, and then I am creating an object of fstream class. Okay. And then using that, I am going to open a file convert.txt in the out mode, that is in the write mode. I am going to write to it. Then cout, enter data from the keyboard to write to a file. This would be displayed to the user when you execute the program. After that, what will I be doing? Please make a note. After that, once the user enters any data, what will I do? Once I type in everything, I will press the enter key. So whenever the enter key is pressed, a \n or a new line character is encountered. So I will read the data from the keyboard character by character until a new line character is encountered. That is until \n. That is ch is not equal to \n. I am going to read the data character by character in from the keyboard, and I am going to write it to the file. How will I do that? While ch is not equal to \n. So once the \n, like once you press the enter key, you type in all the data, press the enter key, then till that it has to read. So until the \n, ch is not equal to \n, you're going to read. What will I do? cin dot get ch. So I'm going to cin dot get ch will retrieve the character whatever you have entered through the keyboard character by character, and then fobj dot put ch. So I read it from the keyboard character by character, and then I'm writing to the file convert.txt character by character. After that, what will I do? fobj dot close. So what did I do? This is reading from keyboard character by, and this one writing to the file convert.txt character by character, right? That is what I am doing here until a new line, until \n is encountered. Once it is there, it means that there is no characters to read. While ch is not equal to that, you go on reading and writing to the file. So that is why I am using get and put, and you are aware what is get, what is put. So then once I finish reading and writing to the file, I close the file. So once I close the file is closed. I open the file in which file? Convert.txt in write mode, and then I ask the user to enter the data, and then after that I read the data character by character using get, and I wrote the data using put to the file character by character. Once it is completed, fobj.close. That is, I am closing the convert.txt file, and convert.txt file will have what? It has the details entered by the user. Now we'll continue with the program. Now what should I do? I should read the file character by character, check whether the character is in uppercase or the lowercase, and if it is in uppercase, I need to convert it into lowercase. If it is in lowercase, I need to convert it into uppercase, and then I need to print the character on the monitor. Then I need to close. Let me continue. So I have closed the file. Now I will use the fobj object. Since it is a fstream class object, I can use the same object for opening the file in the read as well as the write mode. So first I use the object to open the file in the write mode. Now with the same object, I will be opening the file in the read mode. Okay. So how do I do that? fobj dot open convert.txt and ios in, right? It will be in the read mode. So I am opening the same file what you created, convert.txt, in the read mode. After that, see out the file contents. I will print this. Now tell me till where I will read the file. I need to read the file until the end of file is encountered, right? So once the end of file is encountered, I need to stop. Till that time I need to keep on reading. That is, end of file is false, I need to read it. End of file is true, I need to stop reading, because once the end of file is true, then there are no data or characters left in the file to read. So I will say while and not if obj is not EOF, end of file. What will I do? I need to first get it. How do I do? File obj. Since I am reading it from the file, I need to use the file object. Dot get ch. Okay. Once you get the ch, you have to check the case of it. That is the program. So if ch is what? I need to check whether it is lower or upper. So I will say if is lower ch. What will the is lower function do? It will give a true or a false value. If ch is in lower case, it will give a true value. If it is in the upper case, it will give me a false value. So if is lower ch, if this is true, then what should I do? I should convert it into the uppercase, right? So ch is equal to 2 upper ch. If ch is in lower case, then I need to convert ch into the uppercase. Else if is upper ch, because ch can be in the uppercase also. If ch is in the uppercase, what should I do? Ch is equal to 2 lower ch. Yeah, because here what am I doing? If it is in the lower case, that is lower ch, if this is true, then I will say ch is equal to 2 upper ch, because I need to change it to the opposite case. Then else if is upper ch, if the ch is in upper case, I need to convert it into lower case. So is lower, 2 upper, is upper, 2 lower are the functions of ctype.h header file. Then once this conversion is done, cout ch, right? And it is in the while loop only. So until the end of file is encountered, I am going to retrieve character by character. That is, I am going to read character by character. Fobj.get ch will read it character by character and check whether it is in lower case or upper case. If it is in lower case, you convert it into upper case, and if it is in upper case, you convert it into lower case, and then you are going to print ch. Once this is done, I need to close it. So fobj dot close will close it, correct? Then I will complete my function. I close my function also here. So lower, upper, lower function is done. First, what did I do? I created a object for fstream class. With the help of the object, I opened a file in the out mode and then asked the user to enter the data and wrote it to the file, and then I closed it. After that, I opened the same file using the same object in the in mode, and I retrieved character by character. I read it till the end of file, and I checked whether that is in uppercase or lowercase, and if it is in uppercase I converted it into lowercase, and if it is in lowercase I converted it into uppercase. Please make a note of this. Then after this I need to write my main. Void main. Clear screen. Upper lower. Get ch and end of my program. So this completes the program. Hopefully you have understood this. In next class we will write some more programs using get input and get line. We'll write a program for binary file and then file pointers. So please make a note of today's homework question. What role is played by file modes in file operations? Describe the various file mode constants and their meanings. Please make a note. This is an important question. Hopefully you have understood today's class. We'll continue tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.